right now looking at this vendor data set, it's just a list of products, their suppliers, and their prices. There's no organization or order to it. Just looking at it, it might be hard to understand or find what you're looking for easily. So to find that information, we'd want to sort or filter. So first we're going to go over to the data tab. And you'd also want to select your data, because if you're just clicked on a random cell like I am right now, and you try to filter, you're going to get this pop-up. So we're going to highlight our data. We're going to press filter, and as you can see, these little arrows pop up at the top of each column where the column headings are. And if we want to filter our data, for example, we'll go to product supplier, and we want to look at just Associated Grocers. We're going to apply that filter, and we can see all the products we get from them and their prices. We're not worrying about anything else that we get from any other vendor like US Foods or anything like that. So it can make that a bit easier to look at. If we wanted to sort our data, so I'm just going to go back to no filter added. If we wanted to sort our data again, we can go to sort up here. It's going to give you an option on what you'd want to sort by based on your column headings. So if I wanted to look at just the products, and I want to list them from A to Z because it's easier to find if I know, like butter is going to be at the beginning. It's much easier to find it in alphabetical order. And there we are, and then it's going to list it by product in alphabetical order. So if I knew something was at the end of the alphabet, like white sugar, I can just easily scroll right down the bottom real quick, like I just did. I actually passed it. But it makes it much easier to view. And you can actually add more than one sort. So say I wanted to sort by product type, and then I also wanted to then sort it by the price, low to high. Would then do that. So then you can see we still have our products in alphabetical order, but then it's listing it with the cheapest option first, which is US Foods, and then the most expensive option, which would be Sysco. Somebody may want to manually sort and filter this data as opposed to using a table, because you won't be constricted by any formatting that converting this data into a table could pose. And using a table could be unnecessary in certain instances. For example, using this data set, we didn't really need to use a table. We can still find, sort, filter the data that we need perfectly fine without the table. So just converting it to a table might just be like a waste of time and just overall unnecessary.